It's almost like a form of double elimination, this, for Kristi Caulfield and Phil Parkin, because they know they almost get 2 bites at the apple. Even if they lose this, they're going to have a 6-red shootout. Good start from Eddie Barker, who has been very, very impressive tonight. That is a lovely, lovely break, and you could not wish for a better split than this to start off a match in which you must win.
Yeah, they have to take it to them. That's the key here for them. They have to play really well here and take it to Kristi and Phil. Put the pressure on. And the only way you do that is by taking your opportunities and getting up early. They should take these. This is the best layout of the whole night. Question mark on the whole finish was, did the 5 go through the gap to bottom left? And you saw there, it comfortably went. There really is no issues with this finish whatsoever.
This has been the routine start that it looked like it was going to be. Very smoothly cued in the end from Eddie Barker. That was an incredibly long bridge that he used there. It felt quite almost unnecessarily, but
he often does. I tell you, that was not just the best layout we've had tonight. That's the best layout we've had all year long. That was.
These two will have known as soon as that came out. They'd have sat back in their chair and gone, right, 1-0 down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That really, I mean, I never like to give a pair or a player a finish until they've got it, but I could not see any way that was not going to be 1-0.
Oh, that's been coming. He has been slowly, and he has been breaking beautifully tonight, Kristi Caulfield, but he has slowly been working his way from dead centre out towards those corner pockets. I feel like he's been giving it that extra 5% extra power each and every time, and he's just lost that 5% extra control every bit of time as well.
There's more in this finish than the last one, but there's nothing in this finish. This is another unbelievable layout. It's just mind your work time, and making both in that shot helps quite a bit as well.
Yeah, often players won't tend to like making both balls, as it leaving one over the hole gives them options, but in this instance it actually just clears the path for Dylan. He just has to pop that yellow top left for probably his 8 ball. He can leave one over the middle for his 8 ball if he wants. He's got so many options here.
I'm a little bit surprised actually that he went all the way down to play on the 12 there. I actually thought he would just play that soft control, play on the plant into left centre, then come down and have real easy connections. He obviously wanted to come down and be on that one because it was the bottom end of the table and get that one out of the way. He didn't want to graze the yellow on the way through there, but it really shouldn't cause an issue. But it might. That wasn't a very good shot.
Well, this is a reroute.
I don't know. He may have played on this, but he's left lots of angle. The way he played it, there's no way he could have been playing on either of the other two, to be honest. There's no way he could have felt like they were going to pop into play. The cue wouldn't move anywhere. It's where he expected it to be, so.
Needs to hit a gap.
I'm really surprised he's made a mess of this layout. This was really, really good.
He's made a real meal of it.
He'll be so disappointed with this visit. I know there's not it's not been a flawless night from Dylan, but also he should have got these. He absolutely knows that.
I think it's 2 cushions, isn't it? It's the only realistic way to keep the visit going. 3's no good. He's going to foul for good measure. Oh, it could be such a big moment.
I'd almost given him that layup before he'd started, you know, and that's why you don't do it, because you have to make them. But I was surprised with the shot he played first shot. I thought he would just play the soft control, play on the plant in the middle, as I said, and then kind of keep very tight control, kind of running a little bit loose all the way through it. But it was just, there was no problems on the table, there was no issues. It was just mind your work, and he allowed that one to get away. Two-0 with the break. Oh, that would have been huge. It will be 1-1 now. All the pressure will ramp onto Eddie Barker. Only way this goes wrong for Kristi is when he plays the plant to top right. He allows the red to fall away from the pocket, but he should be playing it pretty much pocket weight. And because he's got angle on that, this is the key to this shot, he's got angle on it, the cue ball's going to come further to the left-hand side than the red would, just naturally. He's nearly allowed that to go wrong. He kind of killed it in rather than just played it with a little bit thinner. He played it into the cushion.
Yeah,
that was a poor shot. This is the worst shot Kristi's played tonight.
And he's at a bit of a risk here of leaving himself a bit of a smelly 8-ball. Just has to mind his work. I think he's still all right. He really had to nip it. That was sort of an unnecessarily good shot.
Well, he played such a good choice of shot for me, the previous one. He left the wide angle so that when you clip it up as though you're going to make it centre pocket rather than playing it into the cushion. He was worried about playing it and it coming away from the pocket, but because he had angle, the cue ball was always going to go further. You know, you're playing it pocket weight, rolling it in, the cue ball will go further than the object ball. So even if it does come away from the pocket by an inch or two, it's still an absolute tap-in. But he dragged it and killed the cue ball. Surprising choice of shot. But no drama in the end, he got it done.
One each, 12.5 to play. Reminder, if you're joining us, Eddie Barker and Lethal Leary must win. If they do, it's 6-red shootout time for the last 4. If they don't, Phil and Kristi are through. And that is a disaster for Eddie Barker.
Always feels tough when you go in off on the cut break, because that's
especially
perfect.
Like that.
That was perfect. He caught that absolutely middle of the cushion, straight into the middle of the pack area, and yeah, disaster.
That's why you break like that, because that's not supposed to be able to happen.
Yeah, it's rare. So this match has turned so much on that visit from Dylan. Staring 2-0 in the face. And now they're staring 2-1 down, and the break.
Work here though. That first shot hasn't gone right for Phil. I think he's just on this. Didn't think he originally could see that. It's still work, minds.
Yeah, but he's happy because he was able to float the gap there, and now he leaves the lovely angle, just develop the red and yellow that he didn't open up first time round. Just got to be careful not to slide by the yellow here. And there was no danger of that for him. Phil making pretty light work of this now. Which pocket do you want the 8-ball in, Phil? Only decision you've got to make. Very smooth visit to the table, this one for Phil.
They've been really classy tonight, Phil and Kristi. They look the business. And they've been absolutely enjoying each other's company as well. They're playing relaxed. They're playing great stuff. They're giving each other a bit of stick as well, which I feel like is almost what you need.
They're embracing the fun side of the tournament, although it's a lot easier to enjoy yourself out there when you're winning and it's going your way.
Yes, yeah. Correct.
Leading 2 frames to 1.
An opening. Hello, hello.
Got to take it. Got to take this visit. Red and yellow together nearest the top left-hand corner. That's your problem. But ball in hand should give them the opportunity to develop this first shot. A double kiss here. Don't get the double kiss and stay where it is. Beautiful. The quarter ball clip just bumped it off with control. Now it's there. Just that yellow by the red. Does it only go right centre? Looks like it from the overhead camera.
I don't think that just goes. I think maybe the
way Dylan was just looking there tells us that maybe it is quite tight to right centre. They've got the angle. They can deal with that now if they want to, if it doesn't go. Not ideal.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that choice of shot, honestly.
Yeah, if it didn't go, they should have looked at that a couple of shots ago when they had the one to top right. Maybe they could have come down then. Could they see the one over the pocket? Could they play the plant? Plant shot wouldn't have been a great shot. But going into it from that angle, you're always knocking it towards that left cushion where there's already traffic.
Can they target the red ball that they're next to here with the cue ball? Leave the cue ball there and they can play the first red down the line, just like that.
Yeah. The only problem with it is the hampered queuing. Take the red away now and you'd be perfect.
I think if you leave me over this side, I'm going to them 2 reds.
Nothing they can do about that. It's not just the pot here. They've got to get far enough across to be on the yellow at the top of the table with an angle to get back on the one they're nearest to. And that's why they're playing the double.
Wow. Big shot here. A big shot that doesn't fall for Lethal Leary.
That visit there was definitely harder than the one that Dylan made the mistake in frame 2. But those 2 layouts they've had, so frame 2, frame 4, they are 2 layouts that players at Eddie and Dylan's level know they've got to take those. They know, especially after Dylan's first shot. Once Dylan gets the clip on the ball, first shot pops it into play, they've got to find the pattern there to make that easy, and they got themselves in a mess, and Dylan got himself in a mess in frame 2. They'll be devastated they've had the opportunities in this match to have won 3 of the first 4 frames, and they've only taken 1 of them.
It's the difference, ultimately, between being 3-1 up and 3-1 down. And they are staring 3-1 down in the face.
Yeah, Phil went enough on the break.
Oh, now then.
Phil went off on the break, yeah, 100%. Cheers, bro.
Referee Orange Tesco just causing a moment of panic there. I think he thought that Kristi Caulfield and Phil Parkin had played out a turn, but that is correct. Phil Parkin did go in off the break, which is why Kristi Caulfield played that shot. Kristi just jogging the memory of the ref.
A slightly strange shot from Phil. Playing on this one. In that way.
He played it in such a way it almost looked like he tried to move it, but just got the line wrong.
Yeah, did he try and move it? Or because he wouldn't play to leave it here. Not in this way. And not at this time. Kristi can bail him out with a good pot.
Oh, not like that he can't. Oh, now then. Now then.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here with that yellow? Double doesn't go. Combination shot would be very difficult if they were to get on it. Oh, that flick. Does that help? No. Not necessarily, unless it squeezes past the red now, because they have moved the yellow at the bottom of the table. And they can swing their 3 cushions to get on it.
Big cue ball, this. Huge cue ball.
Oh, if that goes, it is huge. And it must do the way he's played that. Squeeze it in off the top jaw, off the red. It looks like it's not on from our camera angles, but that doesn't look possible, but we'll find out. Maybe,
so tight.
Maybe if he wasn't hampered queuing, he would and had it all in his eye line, he could have just about squeezed that through. A let off for Kristi and Phil, who both made half mistakes in that.
A massive let off. A massive let off. What it has done is chewed clock. They still need to win this frame.
They've got to find, because they're quite straight on this, they might have to find a very good line on the one to top left, down here. See that where Kristi's pointing his cue? You've got to find the middle of that cushion. You get too low on it, and you go into the red. So they're going to have to find a really good line here.
Yeah, the red definitely goes. This is all about the cue ball. In goes the red. How's your cue ball? Pretty brilliant.
See how close he got to that centre pocket. Just misses the bump of it. That was perfection.
Excellent shot from Kristi Caulfield. And that almost is game. Final red disappears. 8 ball will also go in, I would suggest, about 11 seconds. Because it would do well for Kristi to use a bit of time on this shot. Wait for the beeps, make sure. In rolls the 8, a shade over 2 minutes remaining, and Eddie Barker and Dylan Leary need 3 frames to force a 6 red shootout. There's a reason why Kristi Caulfield and Phil Parkin look so very happy with themselves.
Golden break, reverse clearance, golden break, and then win a 6 red shootout. It feels a long way back.
Yeah, doesn't it just? I think they're in the position now where they need at least one of their 2 breaks remaining to be golden.
I think both of them.
Potentially both of them,
Yeah.
First one isn't going to be, so this needs to be rapid from Dylan Leary.
It's got to be the quickest clearance he's ever made in his life. It's got to be so quick we won't have a chance to see the replay.
Don't be there, Eddie boy. Come on.
Eddie Parker cheering him through. Had to turn that one in. Not going to be. And that is a borderline concession from Dylan and Eddie there. Phil Parkin can go through the motions here, but this is a victory lap. And how good have Phil Parkin and Kristi Caulfield been tonight? We mentioned right at the top of the show they were good last week, whilst being pretty unspectacular this week. They've been more like what we thought this partnership could be.
Yeah, they've definitely just been the best partnership on the night, but they've had a few things go well. That golden break in match 1 was huge. And the one thing we talk about, we hear a lot of pool players, I didn't really get the opportunity to win, my opponent was great. Hear that all the time. Look, no doubt about it, Eddie and Dylan have had the chances to win this match. John and Rob had the opportunities to be closer in their match with Phil and Kristi as well. So, no complaints from anybody tonight. The opportunities have been there for all 4 pairings. These 2 have just taken more than anybody else. This plant looks like it's set to the jaw. He had to squeeze it in. She did well. Essentially, it's over. Just victory lap here.
It's been a fabulous night, though, for Phil Parkin and Kristi Caulfield. Phil will get the opportunity to do it properly and win it outright. This for 4-1, the night and finals night. Phil Parkin and Kristi Caulfield go all the way in the Ultimate Pool Pairs Cup. They go to the Final 4 and they will compete for the Pairs Cup trophies. What a night it's been. It's a sense of deja vu. Why do I feel like I was watching this 7 days ago? Well, it's because I was. They've done it again, Kristi and Phil, to the Final 4, and we'll speak to them in a minute.